This is the calendar so far. This was posted just the other day. Superman on July 11th, 2025. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow on June 26th, 2026. I just realized this. So that's a whole almost a year without another movie, right?
Yeah, but there's Peacemaker in between.
Yeah, but no feature films, right?
Yeah,
isn't there rumored to be something in May? Isn't that what we heard?
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what would it be at this point.
I mean, the rumors, I don't know if it's true, but the rumor was Authorities, but I don't know.
There's no way, because that had to start filming, because Supergirl starts filming in January. They'd have to start filming by like April or something.
So we're getting one movie next year, which is Superman.
Yeah, and then technically...
Holy shit, a lot is riding on this movie, because I mean, like if they had 2 or 3 movies coming out, they could say, well, only one of them has to be successful. This is the only one.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine with one movie. I think the most surprising thing
is that's smart, actually.
Well, apparently Peacemaker season 2 comes out a month after Superman. I think I'd leave it for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Unless like guys just make sense to jump straight into it. But I mean, it's not like, once again, Peacemaker, mature show. Timmy with his lollipop, age 10, is not going to be jumping into Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah.
No, because he's going to open it up and there's going to be like a penis, like literally 2 minutes an episode.
It's so funny that Superman is being like shoehorned between 2 R-rated things.
Yeah.
That's really kind of weird to me. Anyway, we have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Then we have Clayface. We got some more info on that we'll look at in a second. The Batman Part 2. And there's a lot of drama about that, about the script, right? Like whether or not it's... Because apparently it was done, then it's not done, and there's a first draft, there's half a first draft. Like, I've seen so many different conflicting stories.
That ain't coming out. That ain't coming out then. I highly doubt it.
And then Dynamic Duo, which is an animated feature in 2028.
4 years or 3.5 years from now.
Yeah.
You know, have you broken it down, Eric, when you look at this picture, this tweet?
What?
2 Superman related, 3 Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we also have this
world of the DCU one screen.
So this is what we have right now. This is the actual slate of everything as of now, which is the main continuity, which is Creature Commandos. We're watching at the moment. Superman, July of next year. Peacemaker, August of next year, and Green Lanterns, June of 2026.
That's not an official date. That's just a date.
They said it was roughly around the same time as Supergirl, so I think they just put it there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Supergirl, and then Clayface, and then Dynamic Duo. I'll be honest. I know people want to get excited. I don't want to bring everybody down. I'm a little disappointed in what we have over the next 4 years, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I don't want a bunch of pointless projects, but we need a little bit more than this, right?
I think it's safe. I don't think there's I know a lot of people say Clayface is a risk. Well, apparently it's a $40 million budget, so it's definitely not a risk.
Yeah, we're gonna look at that too. Yeah, I don't think Clayface is a risk with a budget that low.
I think arguably the biggest risk is arguably Superman and probably Supergirl. I think they're probably the 2 biggest risks out of this.
Well, I mean, we only have 3 movies that are live action.
I'll tell you what, though. I think it's
risky. So that's a pretty big problem, right?
Yeah. Well, you know how there's been this whole thing about James Gunn not rebooting the universe and stuff. I understand why he's kept Peacemaker around. I understand why he's done Creature Commandos and leads him off the Suicide Squad and off Peacemaker and stuff. I understand that things he created and he feels an attachment to it. I think a lot of people would do the same if they were in that position and had the chance and had the power to do that. You do it. You don't want to scrap what you worked on.
Right.
How the fuck Harley Quinn is still alive and breathing, I will never know.
Yeah.
How is that show still going on?
Yeah, I don't know. In the Elseworlds thing, we have the Christopher Reeve story, which already came out. Penguin, which already came out. Harley Quinn and Batman are at Part 2. I'll be honest, I like some of these projects. I feel underwhelmed by some of them.
I mean, I'm not that excited for. I mean, Peacemaker season 2, I'll watch it. I enjoy the first season for what it was. If they cancelled it right now and said never was coming out, I wouldn't blink twice. I'd be like, okay, whatever. I really wouldn't care. I'm looking forward to Lanterns, despite there being concerns. I know you're really concerned about Eric. I have some concerns, but they're non-major.
I'm reserving my concern level each time we get a new update. So I'm just going to hold off.
To be fair, I think I've sort of tried to ignore the updates for the most part. I mean, maybe well, don't ignore them. That's stupid. You can't focus on one. But I'm happy with the creative team. The only thing that concerned me is that they hired Damon Lindelof, they hired Chris Mundy, and then it came out that Tom King and James Gunn wrote the story.
Right.
Why fucking bother with Damon Lindelof then? Like, he's a story dude. That's the only thing that worries me, unless they gave him the general idea. So story points. We need this to happen. We need this to happen. We need this to happen.
Yeah.
You write around it. And if that's the case, it could only be like a handful of things. And it's just so it leads into the larger DC universe, because we've heard that Lands has like the introduction of like the big bad, if you want to call it the big threat in this DC, or at least in chapter 1. I'm pretty like, once again, like Clayface, I don't care for it, but it's so low budget that it's going to make its money back. It's not really going to hurt the brand.
Yeah.
I think it's risky if Mike Flanagan doesn't direct it. I don't understand the point of doing it. If he wrote it, fair enough, but you know how many good scripts aren't directed well and end up being completely arse? A lot of movies, and someone can turn a crap script into a good movie. So hopefully they get a good director. I'm sure they'll probably get like someone who's probably in the horror realm that is a Mike Flanagan type, but I don't understand why they just maybe wouldn't delay it. Like, surely this movie doesn't have to be rushed where you can't just wait for Mike Flanagan to be free to direct it.